everybody sounds really good. And I tried, I'm just like, it's all right. All right, you guys, so welcome back to my channel. I do want to go ahead and do a product that just did not live up to the hype video for you guys. Basically disappointing products, because you guys know me, I'm always out there reviewing products for you guys, and it's my job, of course, but I have found some products that, you know, kind of made me sad because a lot of people were saying good things about it. And I do want to point out that we do have different skin types. So some of these products you guys might actually really love. And for me, I may just not like them because I do like certain formulas. I do have a certain skin type. So keep that in mind. And I don't want this to be a negative video. I just don't want you guys sometimes to be wasting your money. Because it is hard to know what's really good and what's not. And that's where I come in to help you guys, of course. So yes, before we go ahead and jump into it, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. All right, so the first one I do have for you guys is the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist, okay? You guys know the black one, the first one that came out. I'm obsessed with that setting mist because it does make my skin look like skin. It just settles all my powder on my face, gives me a nice glow, but it's not too dewy. It's just a perfect setting mist. So when the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist came out, I just felt like it was gonna work because I love Morphe products and they've never done me dirty. So with that being said, I went ahead and did my whole entire face for you guys, shook this up and sprayed this all over, and it just had white dots all over my face. I was like, no, there's no way. But there was a way. There was white dots all over my face, and it was kind of hard to get off too because it got in my lashes, it got in my brows, it got all over my face. I'm like, how do you go ahead and fix this besides just, you know, kind of trying to scrub it off? So what I ended up doing after a while is I would go ahead and shake this up and spray it on my sponge directly and then press it in the areas that I want to keep super matte. So that's how I used to use it, but it's just so much work that I don't even use this anymore. I never pick it up. I actually forgot about it till this video, so that says a lot, but I still use the black one because that one is my favorite. But this one, not so much. And the next one that I do have for you guys is a product that I recently reviewed, and it's the Dior Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. This one made me sad. Okay, so I do have the Dior Backstage foundation on today. It's my favorite foundation out there. I'm obsessed with it. You guys know I use it in every single one of my videos because it's really that good. So when they came out with the Backstage Concealer, I just knew in my heart that it was gonna work for me, that it was gonna be perfect. It was gonna be the perfect combination with the foundation and the concealer. But when I went ahead and tried this, you guys, I actually got it in the shade 4W, and this is like my highlight shade. I was kind of sad because it just did not live up to my expectations for a couple reasons. So you guys saw in the video, I was kind of just a little bit confused because part of me does like it because once you get it right, it looks decent, but to get it right, it does take a lot of work because number one, it is kind of sticky. Number two, it dries down super fast. Like literally, if you go ahead and apply this and you don't blend it right after, it literally dries down so fast. Number three, it does crease a little bit. And number four, it does kind of wear off throughout the day, but it didn't look as bad, but it didn't look as good as I thought it would. So yes, it's just not for me, and I'm still gonna use it because I can't return it. I got it directly from the Dior site, but at the same time, it's just not gonna be a concealer that I'm always gonna, you know, gravitate towards. And I'm really sad about it because I just knew, like I knew in my heart it was gonna work, and it didn't. But I will say one thing, I do love the applicator because it does have a brush to it, which is really different because a lot of them do have the doe foot applicator, but this one is more so of a brush. So I do like that, and I love the packaging. I just don't love the formula. So moving on to the next one, I do have the Dr. Brandt Pore Refiner Primer. So this is what it looks like, and this is nothing new, you guys. I'm sure you guys have seen this for years now because every single YouTuber in the past used to talk about this. But I've tried it before and I couldn't remember, you know, what I thought about it. And with the Sephora VIB sale last year, I went ahead and got this one again to test it out. And it just, I don't know how to feel about it. I like the way it feels on the skin. I hope y'all can see that. I like the way it feels on the skin, but it doesn't do much when it comes to making my skin look really flawless, controlling my oil. Like, it just really doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, so after a while of using this, I was like, do I like this? Do I hate it? Like there's just nothing about it. It's just a primer to me, honestly. It's just a primer that I put before my foundation, but it doesn't do what I need it to do, okay? So I don't know, everybody talked about this. People were saying that it makes you look flawless, that it makes you have no like pores, and I'm just like, I don't see it. So yes, if you do like it, let me know down below. But for me, I just feel like it's a regular primer, honestly, you guys. So yeah. Now, sticking with the primers, I do have the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. And this one, I have meant to talk about this for a long time now, because I bought the matte one, I bought the regular one, I bought it all, okay? It just does not work for me. I don't know if it's because of the formula, because it does have like that putty feel. And it kind of feels like, I don't know, like it has a very slippery, greasy texture to it. Like it just feels like a lotion. That's what it is. It feels like a lotion, you guys. And I have oily skin, okay? So I can't be applying something like this because it's gonna make me look really greasy. And this is the matte one, mind you guys. And even with the matte one, it just feels really greasy. It never did anything for me when it came to my foundation, but everybody swore by this primer, okay? And trust me, I have tried the regular one, in case you do try to tell me like, hey, ChiChi, try the regular one. It's a little bit different. They all feel the same to me. They have that greasy texture, and it just doesn't do anything for my face. So I don't know what you guys were saying about this. I don't know why it was so hyped up. I just think because it's completely different. It's a putty primer. I love the whole concept, but when it comes to like my actual face, it doesn't do anything, okay? Now this next one, I feel like y'all gonna hate me, but I just have to say it, okay? Because it never ever truly worked for me. I have tried it in different ways and it just don't work. It don't work. And it's the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, okay? I wanna point out, I love their soft blur tint foundation. That one is bomb, okay? That one is beautiful. I actually prefer that as a foundation over this one, and I do love their hydrating one as well, but I'm just so oily, you guys. I couldn't wear it, but it looked beautiful on the skin. This one, y'all, I am super oily, mind you, super oily, and it was still too matte for my face. It just never gave me the glow that I was looking for, the coverage that I was looking for. I just was never like, ooh, like this looks good on my skin. And mind you, 420 is too light for me, but 430 was too orange. I need 425 Fenty. Like I keep saying this, 425 will be my perfect match. And I feel like a lot of people out there are, you know, lying to themselves saying that 420 is your shade, because we're all trying to fit 420, but it doesn't work. So I need 425. But besides that, I just don't like the formula. It's a little bit too watery for me. It's a little bit too liquidy. I love my foundation with a little bit of coverage to it. And with this one, it just, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. And I've tried this, you guys, in multiple ways, different, you know, primers, powders, whatever. It just never looks bomb on my skin, but it's a decent foundation. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put it that way. But yes, I just have to go ahead and say it because I've been keeping this a secret for a while now, and I'm just ready to tell y'all, okay? I love Fenty. I love the blurring skin tint. That one is bomb. My favorite one so far. But this one it's just not doing it for me, okay? Now, moving on to one more Fenty item I do have. It's a Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Illuminator. I got it in the shade Pumpkin. And with this one, I don't hate it, you guys. I really don't. It's a liquid orange corrector. I love the shade Pumpkin. It's perfect in that sense. But when it comes to like orange correctors, I prefer creams because they don't move around. They give a little bit more coverage, and I feel like they stay put throughout the day. With this one, when I went ahead and put it on my face, I kind of felt like it wasn't giving me the coverage that I needed because it was a liquid, kind of just blends right into the skin. If you want a super lightweight orange corrector, then you probably like this one. But with me, I want to cover up, you know, the dark marks on my face, the shadows on my face, all of that, and it just wasn't doing that for me. But I will say, as a blush, you guys, this is so bomb, okay? Take a little bit of this and apply it on your cheeks. It is the perfect orange blush. But as a corrector, I wasn't like wowed by it compared to the Charlotte Tilbury one. The Charlotte Tilbury one is just perfect. It's a cream. It gives coverage. It doesn't move. It stays matte. I just don't think I like liquid orange correctors, but it's not terrible. It's just not my favorite. The next item that I really had high hopes for was the Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Stick Bronzant Ultra Simple in the shade Full of Life. Okay, the packaging I really like because I love simple things like this. You just go ahead and pop it open, apply it on your face, and you're good to go. But with the shades, the shade range was just not it for me. Okay, the one above this one was way too deep, and the one that was below this one was a little bit too light. I think they had only five to six shades, if I'm correct. This one was just too red for my skin, and I know you guys said in the video it looked nice, but in person it just was a little bit too red. But I will say I love the formula. I love the way it blended on the skin. It was stunning. Okay, I wish it had the perfect shade. If she goes ahead and comes out with more shades where it's not too red or, you know, too deep, like a perfect just brown, you know, bronzer shade, I will love it. Okay, it's just a shade for me. That's it. But I just feel like when it came to the darker shades, it just didn't live up to the hype, just because, you know, we need a little bit more shade range in there. Okay, there's different tones of black. But I do have 3 more for you guys, and the next one is a concealer. It's the Hourglass concealer in the shade Maple, and this is their Vanish Airbrush concealer. Now, this one kind of had the same situation because I don't hate it. I don't know why I got this. I feel like the hype was so real with this one. Like, it was supposed to give you very full coverage, you know, make you look flawless. It was talking to me. So I went ahead and got it. But this shade, I will say, is a little bit too light for me. And I'm never ever like super impressed with it when I apply it on my face. Like, I always go ahead and apply it and I'm just like, it's a regular concealer. Like, it doesn't do much for me, and I feel like it creases a little bit as well. Like, my favorite concealer out there is the Pat McGrath one. I know I talk about it all the time, but it really gives me the coverage I need. It doesn't crease. It looks flawless. And the shade range is just very wide. With this one, there's not a lot when it comes to the deeper section of it. I feel like below Maple, this shade right here, the one below it was way too light. The one above it didn't give me that much highlight. So this is all I had to settle with, and it just, I don't know, it's a little bit too light for my skin tone, and I just don't really like the formula as well. But I don't know a lot of people who, you know, actually use this concealer. I don't know if a lot of people still talk about it, but it's all right. So 2 more items left. I do have one, and I feel like y'all don't come for me for this one, but it is what it is. It's a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade Dark number 3. Now, when I first heard about this powder, I swear, and mine is broken, y'all, so I can't really like show y'all, but I'll just show you what it looks like in case you've never seen it. So this is what it looks like. I love for the packaging all the time. Sleek, nice, compact. But this powder, I swear everybody made it seem like you go ahead and apply it on your face and you look so airbrushed, so flawless. Like, you had to get this powder. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but like, I would watch so many YouTube videos on this powder and everybody was like, if you don't have it, like, you're missing out. So of course I fell to the hype because I tell y'all, I have no self-control. I don't, okay? So I went ahead and got this, and I used it to set my face all over. And I was like, like, it looks good. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good, but I wasn't like, wow, like, I look flawless. Like, I look like a doll. Like, I didn't feel like that. And I love Charlotte Tilbury products. I feel like she has one of the best products out there. And with this one, it just didn't give me the wow factor. I think as a touch-up powder, it looks beautiful. But if you're going to go ahead and get this to, you know, set your whole entire face, it just doesn't do it for me, okay? You guys know I love the Make It Forever airbrush. What's it called again? You guys know what I'm talking about. The Make It Forever powder. That one, powder foundation, that one looks beautiful on the skin every single time. Makes you look airbrush, flawless, all the good stuff. That one I can see it. With this one, it just, I don't see it. Okay, it's a good powder, it sets nicely, but it doesn't give me that wow factor. Okay, and I know this powder is a lot of people's favorites out there, so I'm sorry about it, but it just didn't do it for me. Okay, now last but not least, let's talk about this one. Okay, so this is the Love by Killian Don't Be Shy perfume. Okay, I swear, y'all laughing because like a lot of these are bringing back memories. I swear everybody out there was like, you know, I'm sure Rihanna wears this perfume. It smells so sweet, like marshmallows. Like if you don't have this, like for real, like you're missing out. Like you want to smell like Rihanna, go ahead and get this perfume. So I got this sample because the big one is about $375 or something like that. I just don't have it in me. So I got the mini version, and this was still kind of expensive. I think it was like $50 or something like that. So I had been waiting for this to come in. I was so excited. Finally came in. I'm like, you know what? I love sweet scents. I love marshmallow. I cannot wait to smell like Rihanna. Let's go ahead and get this. So I constantly had to watch Sephora because this will go out of stock like every other day. Like if you didn't get this, or if you saw it on the site, you had to go ahead and get it right away because it will be out of stock within a couple minutes. So I got this, I sprayed it on, and I was just like, what? Like I was so confused because I don't know. So this smells, God. Do you guys remember as a child, we used to take like cough syrup, yeah, it smells like cherry cough syrup to me. And every time I sniff this, I get a headache every single time because like it smells so sweet with a hint of cough syrup. And I'm just like, what was everybody talking about? Because this perfume, I paid money for it, so I'm going to use it regardless. But it only smells really good if I go ahead and mix it with another perfume. But by itself, there's no way. When I did first get this though, I will say there was one time where I only wore this perfume and I sprayed it all over, and I had the worst headache, you guys, because it's so strong and it's so sweet and it doesn't smell terrible, but it just does not smell like what I thought it would. It gives me a headache. So yes, if you love very, 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 very sweet perfumes, then you probably like this. But I really love sweet perfumes and I wasn't a fan of this, so yeah, kind of made me upset because like everybody sounds really good and I tried. I'm just like, it's all right. So those were all the items that didn't live up to the hype. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Honestly, for the amount of products I have tried over the years, for it to only be this small is actually pretty good. Okay, there's a lot of good products out there, but these just did not work for me. They work for you. Let me know down below because I want to see, you know, your thoughts on them. But yes, brings back memories. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.